So, sir, welcome. Can you tell us more about your role in the organization? What do you do?
Namaste, everybody, and Lakshmi and Zoho Cliq team. Thank you very much for having me here today. And even I'm honored, and I think we're gonna have a wonderful session. I'm happy to see all of you and
True.
talk to you. To be honest, I'm a simple common man, but when it comes to my organization, I take care of the complete IT operations as well as IT procurement. I work for an organization called Starmark Software Private Limited. Okay, so my team and myself are responsible to run the day-to-day IT, infrastructure and IT show in the organization. But also IT operation as well as IT procurement involves, identifying, evaluating, and implementing new tools, new technologies that are the new trends in the market. Procurement, since I'm handling procurement also, my job role requires me to negotiate the contracts and prices with the partners and vendors. Let me tell you, I quite often do this with Zoho because Zoho is one of our favorite brand, and we have multiple platforms, multiple products with Zoho.
So, it's our pleasure actually to have you first in this series of talking with customers. As I said already, this is our first session with a customer live interaction, and we are so happy to know that it's you. So, you told about your role and what you do and what your team does and all. We would like to know more about what Starmark, your organization, does in a large scale.
Sure. See, I'm very excited to tell you that we are experts in product engineering. Okay,
Okay.
just like you guys, we are a software development company.
Mhm.
Mainly, we develop web-based applications. So we do a product engineering, to be honest.
Okay.
Apart from that, we also do a knowledge process services. Okay,
Okay.
and we mainly cater to the healthcare ecosystem.
Okay.
All right.
So,
So the healthcare ecosystem involves patients and payers, insurance companies, and all those people. But mainly into product development. Our core business is a software product development.
okay, so what is a culture? Is it a hybrid work culture or a complete remote work culture or all everyone are coming to office? What is the culture that you have in your organization right now?
Right. See, we are a 22 years old company.
Okay.
Okay. And we have been successful and surviving in the industry because we believe in innovation. Okay. And also we spend quite a lot of time in research and development.
Mhm.
All right. And trust me, we cater to the American market, United
Mhm.
States of America. And, nevertheless, we treat customer as a king. Okay.
True.
If
That's
he's
true.
not a queen, if he's not a king, she's definitely a queen. Okay. Let me tell you that. So we are a customer centric and customer oriented company.
Okay.
Customer is a focal point for us for all our decisions and deliveries, everything. Okay. So we're a customer centric company. That is about the business, innovation, research, and development plus
Mhm.
customer oriented company. When it comes to the within the organization, uh, we follow a very open door policy in the organization. Anybody in the organization, any employee can talk to anybody in the higher level management. Okay, we have least managerial levels in the organization. Also, we believe in work and life balance. Okay, we want our employees to be productive when they're in the organization. Okay,
Mhm.
at the same time, we want them to pursue their hobbies or pursue their passion outside the office. So, for example, in this organization, my company has given an equal opportunity to pursue my mountaineering hobby.
Okay. That's
Every
nice.
year, I visit Himalayas twice a year. Okay,
Wow.
right. So I have been able to do that because the at Starmark we believe that the balance is required between work and life.
True.
And last but never the least is every employee is special and unique for us. Okay,
Mhm.
we don't stereotype people based on their roles or capabilities.
Mhm.
Everybody is same and they're unique.
So, when you were talking about work-life balance and the type of culture that you have in your company, the one thing that I remember is the culture that we follow internally here. So, when I joined, I was a fresher, and I joined during the pandemic thing when we were completely remote. But
Mhm.
then I never felt left out of the fear of not being in the team because Click made it possible for me to mimic the complete office setup, wherein I felt like I was collaborating with everyone right before even getting to know them personally. So, also when you were talking about flat hierarchy, we actually mimicked our own flat hierarchical system into Click, and now I can reach out to my top manager with ease without even having the struggle to go through process of email or going and getting permission from my manager to talk to him and all. So I would like to know, when the pandemic hit and what software were you originally using before moving to Click? What is the business communication tool that you were using?
Yeah, see, pandemics taught of lot of lessons, to be honest, and the way we work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there was new norms dictated when the pandemic came into picture. Before Click, for communication, we were using one open source tool, to be honest,
Okay.
called Spark.
Mm.
Okay, but however, since we cater to the American market, our customer-facing teams were using tools such as Microsoft Teams and Zoom for their customer meetings. But within the organization, an open source tool was being used. Okay, and during the pandemic, that's when we realized that we need to have a better alternative. So that's when these things came into picture.
So, how long were you using MS Teams, Zoom, or the other software that you were talking about? A span of time.
See, we even for our product development, we use Microsoft technologies.
Okay.
So we use Microsoft 365 and Office
Mm-hmm.
365. So we have been using Microsoft Teams for a very long time, maybe
Mm-hmm.
since its introduction. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because it was required for our customer-facing teams. So that has
Okay.
been used for a very, very long time. Okay.
So, when you're telling you're using a product for a long time and it's involved in all, you're using Office 365 for your product development and all,
Mhm.
what actually made you switch from MS Teams?
See, MS Teams is good. Even today, it is good, no doubt
Mm-hmm.
about it. But we found some better features with Click. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when we went to do this evaluation during the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, when we are searching for the applications,
Mm-hmm.
we really like the feature set the Click offered.
Okay.
Okay, and we were struggling with the Microsoft teams in terms of their pricing plans and their flexibility in their pricing and terms. That's the
Okay.
reason why we had to look for an alternative.
So, majorly because of the features that it's offering for an affordable price and also an easy setup thing. So,
Exactly, and it was very difficult to see. Microsoft has all rigid terms, if you see, but
mm-hmm.
whereas we could be able to get some flexible terms and plans with Click.
That is so nice to hear. So, how did you actually get to know about Click?
Click, like I said, Zoho is not new to us,
Mm-hmm.
and we do use several Zoho products.
Okay.
And for example, Zoho Desk and Zoho projects. And we realized that these products are highly integrable with Zoho Click.
Yes.
In fact, Zoho Click is helping us and helped us to bring all these platforms together.
Mm-hmm.
And moreover, I should mention that in our leadership team, and who is my manager, Mr. Vikram, and Mr. Tarak, they're the one who put forward this Click platform, and they were involved with the initial contracts and initial negotiations plus the implementation. Okay.
Okay.
So since we knew Zoho already, and we realized that Zoho Click and having Zoho Click in the in the kitty could do a lot more. I mean, we can integrate all these products together. That's the reason why Zoho Click came into the front runner when we were evaluating the products.
Okay. So, when you got to know about Click and then you logged down on it, were there any unexpected curveballs that you faced when setting up and onboarding all your users into Click and getting started with it?
There was definitely no googlies. I mean, there was definitely no curveballs as such when we did the initial pilot implementation and everything. But there were I can remember that because I was involved in the initial implementation team. I can remember that a couple of tasks required a little bit of more effort and focus. For example, we were thinking that onboarding 1,000+ employees onto a Click platform would be a daunting task.
Mm-hmm.
But trust me, with the help of your product team, I mean product support team, people such as I think Pradeep and Ashrik, they helped us seamlessly, and we are able to onboard 1,000+ employees in couple of steps onto Click.
Okay.
Okay, that's one thing. And there's one more incident I remember. For a better security and ease of accessing Click, we wanted to enable single sign-on,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
for the Click. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when we could work with the Zoho directory team, and we could integrate our Active Directory with Zoho directory. And today we have a single sign-on enabled seamlessly with all the Zoho products, just not Click.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I must also tell you that one more thing why we kind of looked at Click is because I mentioned in my previous conversation is we are into healthcare domain.
Hmm.
and we need to comply with HIPAA guidelines,
Sure. Hmm.
right? And we found out that Click meets all the HIPAA guidelines and
Yes.
HIPAA regulations, and it's a HIPAA compliant products. That's one
Hmm.
more reason why data security was very important for
Hmm.
us. Okay, and since we know that Click can do an end-to-end data security, it
Hmm.
secures data on end-to-end. That's one more reason why Click was there
Okay.
as a
So
favorite choice.
actually, if you ask me, if I join an organization, if I'm working as an employee, the
Mhm.
first thing that I would look for is a seamless communication software that allows me to collaborate with everyone in the team. So
Correct.
ease of getting started with the product and using it should
Mhm.
be normalized for employees also. So
Yeah.
if you could name me one huge difference that you find between MS Teams or the other softwares that you are using and Click, what are some of the crisp things that you found as a huge difference between the two tools?
See, first thing, Click is very simple,
Hmm.
and the I think you also mentioned it that the whole organization within the Click now, the
Hmm.
way the departments are set up, the way the
Hmm.
teams are set up, and inside the teams, the way the channels are set up. Okay, and we can have variety of channels.
Hmm.
So if you look at it, the way I can see the my whole organization physically, I can see it virtually here inside the Click. All
Hmm.
right, that's the one huge difference, that I can talk about difference between Click and the other competition. Okay,
Hmm.
and also the support, that we get in terms of product support or customer support that we get from Click. Plus, I've also mentioned already the pricing plans. It's quite
Okay.
flexible, here compared to any other competition. Okay, and also I think we have quickly discussed also is that ease of setup. We could easily
Hmm.
set up Click. We could migrate 1,000+ employees with minimal effort. I just gave you that example.
Hmm. Yes.
So also, I would like to tell you that the admin console that makes a huge difference. I did mention that in the admin console, I can set up departments the way we want, roles and permissions. Everything can be set up very well in the admin console. These are the uh, huge differences. If you ask me one, I have many of them,
I can understand.
to choose.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would go for admin console and the pricing plans that you're offering.
So I personally will also choose admin console because I can do anything. I can configure any feature that I want as an admin. So if I don't want my users to use any one of the feature, I can do that. And it's like a boon for all the admins out there who would want a structured organization. So you've been using Click for a long time now? Have you seen any major increase or a boom in your productivity or how your team works together? Is there? I'm not asking for numbers though that you can't share, but then have you seen any evident change in productivity or your team's performance after employing Click?
Yes, definitely. You see, Click helped us to streamline our communication across the organization, okay,
Hmm.
across the teams. We are now able to collaborate more effectively and efficiently.
Hmm.
Like everybody knows, a success for a project development
Hmm.
or any uh, project management, the key is communication. In fact, communication plan itself has its own role in the project management,
Hmm.
right? So now that we can communicate more effectively, all right, and most of our managers use Click for their Scrum calls. We call it as daily focus meetings in our organization.
Hmm.
So we are an intensive product development company. We are an intense product development company. So there are teams that run a Scrum call every day or every week. Okay, so
Okay.
they are able to manage all this over Click, and that has definitely helped them, do their work productively. And
Hmm.
team members can join these calls from anywhere, okay, from any device. So that is also helping them to be, and basically all the teams and managers are able to keep everybody from their team on the same page,
Hmm.
and that way they're able to drive the productivity.
Okay, so when you were talking about Scrum meetings and stuff and all daily meetings that you have, I would wanted to share one thing so badly because after my manager came in, internally in the marketing team, as I belong to the marketing team, we
So,
used to have all this Monday meetups
okay.
to discuss on the tasks that we have. On every Friday, we have the unwinding sessions, which is a fun session to ease up and then, relax on a Friday week before going to the weekend. So this is something that we follow, and I like it the most. So, what are your favorite features in Click, or your team's favorite features that you use on a daily basis?
Yeah, see, just to add to what you said,
Mm.
we do have these Scrum calls, but Scrum calls not always serious. Of course,
Yeah, true.
in the beginning of the month or a week, you do have serious calls.
Yeah.
But see, we generally have our daily focus meetings in two ways.
Mm-hmm.
For example, my team, if I take, we have a daily focus meeting on a Monday morning where we
Okay.
set the goals and everything for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Friday evenings, again, it's going to be a fun. Just
Great.
to understand what is the plans for the weekend, who
Yeah.
is available, and all that. That's all happening. Also, since both are integrated, both text as well as voice and video,
Was.
everything is
Mm-hmm.
integrated. We are able to share the memes on the chat and
Uh-huh.
smileys on the chat. So it really makes us, happy at the end of the day to meet each other. Okay, though we are working from home or in fact working from anywhere.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And you did ask me about what is my favorite feature,
Mm-hmm.
right? See, personally, my favorite feature, I think everybody is love to use the video collaboration. Okay, that's something favorite. That's what I've seen in the organization. Me
Mm-hmm.
being a quick admin, we keep watching, so we
Mm-hmm.
can see that people like to share their videos and collaborate with each other. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
and for my team personally, we like the screen sharing.
Okay.
Right? If an employee approaches my team with an issue or anything for
Mm-hmm.
that matter, they're able to guide the employee easily by asking them to share the screen and guide them
Mm-hmm.
resolve the issues. So if you look at it that way, the productivity of my team has increased.
True. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we like the one more feature, and I think somebody has thought through this before they're adding this to Click is channels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I myself have multiple channels
Mm-hmm.
for each locations. We have 4 locations.
Okay.
So I have a different channels for each location, and I have a channels separately for each of the verticals I manage.
Mm-hmm.
And for each activity, I can create a channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you all guys know that we can have different variations in the channel, such as
Yes.
we can have a channel for the whole organization.
Mm-hmm.
We have a channel called Star Talks. Okay, so for
Okay.
example, we are Starmark,
Uh,
and everybody to collaborate, we have something called Star Talks.
okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the new channel I'm planning to start is Star Treks because I'm into trekking, so I
Okay.
wanna
That's
start
cool.
a channel called Star Trek. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
of course, we are thinking through those things.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, yeah. So channels is the favorite thing which I want to tell you, which we use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I mean, having multiple team channels, and I can see that people are having personal channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get over it. I think I can see at least the office talk or office gossip is happening on Click, having the personal channels, just like what they have it. They used to have groups in WhatsApp, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
many of them are now using Click to have this,
Personal growth.
topic
Okay.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So they use channels quite well, across the organization.
So nice. So even I have a pantry and lunch group where we discuss about the timings of going for breaks and lunches and all that
Yeah.
happens. So sometimes there be a small feature that's being released, not a major release, but then you'll be like, wow, this has exceeded my expectations. You would never expect that feature to help you. So has
Okay.
any feature or features in Click has exceeded your expectations? Like it has warped you?
Yeah, expectations. See, when we went initially as a pilot, I was
Mm-hmm.
never expecting that an admin console is going to be something like that. I'm sorry, I'm
Mm-hmm.
repeating, but that I need to
But it's
give a
such.
credit for
Mm-hmm.
the yeah, I need to give a credit for the way the admin console
Mm-hmm.
has been designed. Okay,
Okay.
so for example, I can granularly set each and every permission or create a role and have the
Mm-hmm.
complete control over the uh, what is being used
Mm-hmm.
for and who is using it for what
Mm-hmm.
and how can they use. I can have the complete control over it. So
Mm-hmm.
that has actually went beyond my expectation, the
Mm-hmm.
complete admin thing
Okay.
console.
So, to just summarize, you were telling you can connect with your team 24 by 7
Yeah.
on any device or work from anywhere you want. And then you were talking a lot about the admin console, and that makes me really happy because that is our USP in Click, and I'm so happy to hear that. And also, you
Yes.
mentioned twice.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. You see, communication is there by default.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yes, I must second that the 24/7 my team is communicated with me. Can communicate with me.
Mm-hmm.
So they need not go anywhere. They can put a message in the channel
Mm-hmm.
or connect with me, and I'm available. And so does my team. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at that way, then I need to mention each and every feature that is available with
Mm-hmm.
Click. So and one more thing I like is screen sharing that we mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
plus also the file sharing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, today, if I have to go back to my emails and dig for an email or a file that has been sent a week back or a month back, it is going to take at least 10 minutes of time.
Sure.
I mean, it is going to take a significant amount of time.
True.
Whereas in Click, if the file has been exchanged within that particular channel or between a teammate, I can easily find that file, because the way the file repository or the file the way it has been displayed intuitively. So I can go and see, look for only a document, look for only an image or a video. So that way I can, find the files. Okay, there are so many smaller, I mean, they sound very smaller maybe for the audience, but they are playing a huge role. And I like the most is I'm setting reminders for my teammates. And trust me, so many times
Lifesaver.
I set a reminder for myself.
Lifesaver, huh?
Yeah, like it is reciprocated. Okay, and most of the times we use this pinning the message onto the channel. Okay, so I can at least assure that everybody in the team has gone through that pin message and the message has been passed. These are the things, to be honest, these are the feature set which really I personally like in Click.
Whatever you said is really true. The small features that we think are very small are the ones that help us on a daily basis to follow up on our tasks, get everything done, and even schedule messages for that matter. If I don't want to disturb anyone, I can easily schedule it and on the go. So they are the ones that help us daily basis. So I want to know if there are any expectations or feedbacks that or new features that you want to see in Click. So you'll be having a set of features, a set of things in your mind. It'll be nice if I see it in Click. We want to know your feedback.
I like the way it is right now. I like the simplicity of Click, to be honest. It's quite simple to use. You just log in, you can see your team, you can see who's reporting to you. You need not send a reminder to each and everybody. You go to your team and press the button, it rings everybody's Click interface. Whoever is available will join, whatnot. We are able to communicate. And I was mentioning it definitely helped us to reduce the email conversation. Also, at times, if you need some critical information, you need to write an email, which is going to be a more formal way of communicating, a traditional way of communicating, where you need to write an email and wait for the email. Here, you can quickly have a casual chat, get the information that you wanted, and that way you can communicate. But see, I think I was mentioning that we cater to the American customers, and many of my managers, they communicate with the customer by calling them over the phone. Okay, and we use a separate telephony system for that.
Okay.
I would like to see if I can integrate that telephony into the Click interface itself.
Okay.
Either through Zoho Voice or using my IPPBX, that would be very helpful for us. And of course, screen sharing is good. But however, if I can have an option to take a control of the remote machine,
okay,
right? For example, something we do in Zoho Assist. So if we have those couple of things integrated with Click, it will become much more productive tool for us.
Okay, so when you were mentioning about, integrating your own PBX system or having Zoho Voice, I'm very happy and excited to tell you that that integration will be available within a week, and to all the audience also. There's a new release coming up within a week on February 14, and I am excited to tell you all what is coming. But I'm not going to break it now. But one of it is integration, phone system integration with Click, wherein you can integrate your tools that you're already using, like using Zoho telephony or Zoho voice integration. Native integration is also available. So thank you so much once again for joining, sir, today.